It's so funny because I do that every single time like somebody's gonna see me. Right? Like somebody immediately just comes in here and I'm like, anyways. Am I on the right account? Hi, hello. Hello, hello. What happened to my notification? I changed my thingy again? I saw. I did notice. Okay. Hopefully. Let's pray and hope. Hello, hi. Oh my gosh, you're early. You're here early. That's so slay. I'm praying and hoping that my internet stays on my laptop because the last couple streams it's been going off on my laptop though, which is strange, but it's Hyunjin with pigtails and then my user changed. Oh, even your profile. Wait, I can see it. I can see it from over here. That's crazy. That's cute though. It's cute. I'm not tired, I swear. I'm actually not tired. Anyways, how is everyone doing? Is everyone doing great? Are we having a fantabulous day? Honestly, I think I've been having sorry. I have no water, so if I start dying, I fear that's just gonna be it. I have more goofy photos of Hyunjin. Period. That's a period. Anyway, I feel like today has been a much better day for me than the last couple of days. I don't understand what was going on the last couple days. To be fair, I have been feeling it today too, but I haven't been like today hasn't been as bad as it was yesterday or the day before. Hi, good morning. Hi. Good morning. If it's morning for you. It's actually in the middle of the night here for me. Anyways, luckily I've been having a pretty okay day today. I wanted to stream yesterday, but like yesterday I was like just incredibly tired and like I just didn't feel well. Overall, I just didn't feel well. I'm writing an essay about my favorite things and it's about K-pop and mostly Stray Kids. Oh, that's cute though. That's really cute. Shout out to who? No, I don't speak Spanish. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um, welcome to the world of myself, period. Nice Adam's apple, thanks. No, I gotta tell a story today because it's the 1-year anniversary of when this story happened. Even though I've told it before, but I'm gonna tell it again because it's the 1-year anniversary. Like, I can't believe this was a year ago. If you see my title, you might kind of know what I'm talking about. Jesus, I swear to God, I be acting like I'm tired on stream, but then off stream, it's like, I'm fine. I don't get it. I don't get it. Can you send a shout? No, because you just said something mean, so no. I know the story. It's because I've talked about it before, but like I said, I'm going to talk about it again today because it happened exactly 1 year ago. A year ago today, me 1 year ago today. I like, oh my gosh. I was going through like the stages of whatever else you can go through, like at this point in time. I'm making pasta. Wait, pasta sounds like it would go so hard. Hi, hello. Hello, hello. I need to stop yawning. I'm better than this. I am better than this. No, but I'll wait a bit before I tell the story. Because that's gonna be the highlight of my stream. I might only stream for an hour today. I'm trying not to yawn, I'm sorry. for an hour just because I started a little late and apparently I'm tired. So I'm going to Maryland on Friday. Oh, I'm so sad. Okay. It was also though because I was having really, really crazy sorry. I was having crazy post-concert depression of the concerts we went to a couple weeks ago. And so I genuinely was thinking of going to what were the towns? Oh, it was Washington D.C. and somewhere in Maryland last weekend. Now, like I said, I was going through post-concert depression, so like I wasn't really that serious about it. But it's crazy because like if I was serious about it, I would have been there in Maryland last weekend. Like luckily things don't work out like that for me. So happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday. Hello, hi. Can you please? No, I don't want to. I knew this was gonna happen. I don't know why it's every time I sit in front of like on stream I start getting tired. It's like I wasn't feeling like this earlier, so I don't know why all of a sudden it's a problem. Shout out to all the people who want shout outs. Exactly. Oh, here's a shout out for the people asking. Yeah, shout out to you. There you go. I'm trying not to. This is crazy. I'm actually still like really mad. See, that's why no one says your shout outs. Anyways, sorry. How's everyone's day going? Or how has it been? Or how did it go? It's the middle of the week. It's literally the middle of the week. In my brain, it feels like it's Thursday, and I wish it was. I'm a little sad that I have to go through an entire day tomorrow. I'm actually kind of sad. My cat bit me and I went through 5 stages of grief. That's messed up. That's messed up. Do you tell him that was mean? Oh my god, I just grabbed my eyelash. No. 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 I tried for AT's tickets today. Oh, you know, okay, let me just say. I'm really sad that I didn't get to buy AT's tickets because I genuinely want to go to their tour so bad. Like so bad. And this is not to say that I'm not gonna go because I didn't get tickets like yesterday or today. I'm still gonna go. But I wanted to buy my tickets when they went on sale so that I didn't have to worry about them, except I'm not in the market to be buying concert tickets right now. So because I signed up for pre-sale and everything thinking I was going to have funds to buy concert tickets. And anyways, it didn't work out like that. And so then I got a pre-sale code and I had to give it away because I wasn't going to use it. And I was like, why would I just waste? Like, somebody out there could use a pre-sale code that, like, you know, is available to use it instead of it just kind of sitting in my email. So I gave it away. And I was just really sad. I'm really sad because I wanted to buy tickets like when tickets went on sale. But like I said, I don't believe that like they'll be sold out or anything. Like I'm sure I'll be able to find a ticket before the concert happens. So I'm gonna go, but I am a little sad because I went through the whole process of getting pre-sale. Bro. And then I didn't get to get tickets on pre-sale. It's insane. Ah, I'm messing up my hair. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I have good news. I left the friend group that was mean and I have nicer friends now. See? Exactly. You don't deserve mean friends anyways. Are you wannabe? Asian? That's crazy. Why would you say that? The tickets were super expensive. I saw. I I was expecting that they were going to be that expensive. But then seeing that they were actually that expensive, I was like, that's crazy. I don't it's so sad because I like sorry. Um I like going to concerts, but they just seem to be getting really expensive. And so, like, why would I pay that much money to go to a concert in America when I could use that money to, like, go to a concert not in America, you know? I don't know. I kind of hate the way that concerts and ticketing are happening in the States now. And it's just making concerts not fun. My ticket was $200, which isn't too terrible. I got a lower bowl seat. $200 for a lower bowl seat. See, I was expecting, I think that's probably how much I was going to budget out for a lower bowl seat. But I was expecting maybe like 180 or something. Why do you hate your ethnicity so bad that you have to be an Asian? What? Did I say anything about hating my ethnicity? Did I ever say anything like that? That's weird. Are you going to get tickets for 6? Yes. Well, kind of. My sister is, because she likes 6, and she wants to get tickets, and so she's going to buy mine. But yeah, we're going to get tickets this week. I got my nails done. Wait, cute. They're light pink to dark pink as an ombre effect. Oh my god. I love pink nails. It's cute. Will you go to Enhypen's concert? It depends. I know they haven't announced a tour. If they go anywhere close to me, I might. Because I've recently been liking Enhypen. So I kind of feel like maybe I should go. But also it's like I don't like Enhypen enough to like want to travel much farther than like 6 hours. What stop are you going to? We're planning for Orlando. Orlando, and then I want to go to Denver because Denver's just right there. I also have like a little story behind why I want to go to Denver. If you're gonna be mean to her, can you go? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Please make a heart. I'll get why she hates her own race though. She said in her last live where she wishes she was. Did I say that? You weren't even here in my last live. I don't know why. That is so funny. The live before last. Okay. Make up your mind though. Was it the live before last one or was it the last one? Because I didn't say that and in that one either. I quite literally, I have never said anything. Matter of fact, I don't even know if because I know that they're saying this just to say things, right? Like I know they're making things up just to say it. But it's just kind of goofy thinking that like me of all people, right? Like I would never hate what like my ethnicity or my race or my culture or anything. Me of all people. Okay. I that doesn't make sense to anybody but me, I think, but like I could never hate my background. That's insane. That is so insane. Hello, hi. I'm literally here watching this. Yeah, bro's here all the time. Report them. No, I just think it's funny. I think it's just so funny. Like people come in here and like start saying things and it's like so untrue. It's just like so like fake. And it's just like it's laughable, I'll be honest with you. It's just so laughable to me. Oh god. Exactly. I was shocked when you said it in the previous live. I looked up to you. You looked up to me. I swear this is your first time in this stream. No, me replying. Okay, I know I should be replying, but it's just funny. Especially when you said your ethnicity's food is trash and Asian food is. This is so funny. It's so funny because I quite literally would never say that. I would never, ever in my entire life, especially when it comes to the food. Oh my god. Oh, you got me messed up. Oh my gosh. It's so funny. It's so funny. It's so funny. To want to be Asian is crazy. Anyways. Anyways, I'm going to the Phoenix stop for 6. See, I think me and my sister are trying to avoid the stops that we already saw them at, because on their first tour we went to Dallas. We went to Dallas to see them in their first tour. The second tour we went and saw them in Phoenix. So we kind of want to stay away from like that region and go somewhere else. Oh, also they're going to Denver, and let me tell my little story time. So my sister has been a Six fan like for the longest time, like pretty close to like when they debuted, and she was gonna go to their first fan meet tour, which was back in 2020. I don't know if anyone knows. She's gonna go to their fan meet tour, and they were gonna go to like 5 cities, and one of them was Denver. And so I bought tickets because I had money. I was like, I'll buy the tickets. So like I bought them. We got the VIP, the VVIP. It had everything included. It was gonna be so good and so great. And then the pandemic happened. Okay, it had like they canceled everything a week before Six was supposed to come on the tour. And it was so sad because they were gonna go to Denver. It was like, I felt at that point in time a lot of groups didn't go to Denver. And so I was really sad, actually. I was really sad. And then their first tour came back. They didn't go to Denver. And then they went on their second tour. They didn't go to Denver. And I'm like, I don't think they'll ever go to Denver ever again. And so the fact that they're going to Denver this time, it feels so like full circle moment. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. Wait, I want to read these because they're funny. I was there the whole... Oh yeah, no. Can you tell us why you hate your race, though? We clearly heard you say... Who's we? Who's we, and how come no one else is saying that either? Wait, okay, no. No, because I know that they're saying things just to say things, but I just think it's so funny. It's so funny, like, how we're saying with our entire chest that I said this. Like, why? Why are we saying that? Cancel Heavenly Soul. No! Don't cancel me, Jesus. Ah, whatever will I do? Whatever will I do? Hi, hello. If you can't even remember what she said, what did I say 30 seconds ago? Do you know what I said 30 seconds ago? She never said anything about hating her race, period. I absolutely would never. Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel like I'm the biggest fan of my own culture and my own race. And so I think it's just really funny that people are coming up in here and being like, you don't like your culture and you're written. I'm like, bro, but I can guarantee you a lot of people wish that they were my ethnicity. I guarantee you. I'm not even being like as much as I would love to brag about it, it's kind of just the truth. I think a lot of people would love to be my ethnicity and my race, but do we want to go there today? Don't think so. Oh my god. Oh my god. Whatever will we do? Jesus. Did you say your ethnicity? I didn't say it in the last couple of streams, but I mean, if you come here regularly, you should know, I think. And if you want to know, I can also I can also tell you. Let him defend himself. Me and my Adam's apple, you know what I mean? I've never heard. You don't know what my ethnicity is. I would love to spoil it, but like I think also that these two people don't know my ethnicity either. So I don't want to give leverage in the fight here. I guarantee you they don't know my ethnicity. I guarantee you. Absolutely. I've been coming since your I Know You Know song live. Oh, really? Sorry. That was a long time ago. Long time fan. Thank you so much. Did you just say racist things in the comments? I know your ethnicity. I already know that you're wrong. You're already wrong. Based on what you just said, you're already wrong. I can tell you that much. So this hater is crazy. I feel like, okay, I know I shouldn't be arguing with them. I feel like my patience is low today. My patience is really low. So realistically, I know I should not be arguing or even like responding, but I just I just am, I guess. Hello, hi. Oh no, you're the one saying crazy. Oh. I know you're not Asian, that's for sure. Yeah, true. That is true. She's American. Okay, you don't have to say it like that. You really don't have to say it like that. It makes good content for who? Who is it making good content for? Just give us a hint for your ethnicity. I want to. It's gonna give leverage in this fight. Okay. And like I said, I don't think they know what my ethnicity is. And I don't think they'd ever guess. So like I only see a that's mean, that's racist, and that's also wrong. So yeah, you literally just said I wasn't Asian. What the heck? It's not making sense, is it? The dots aren't connecting, are they? I think you're on. Vietnamese, you literally just said. You just said I wasn't Asian, though. How is this making sense? They're saying all the Asian places. They're literally saying want to be Asian and then trying to say that I'm all these Asian races. Like, how is this making sense? Maybe come up with like a better argument and then we can talk, right? Anyways, I'm gonna stop responding. I'm gonna stop responding starting now, right? No longer responding. Anyways, how's everyone's day going? Should I tell my story? No, because you guys all know my story. You guys all know my 1 year. Oh, 1 year. The story that I want to talk about. Pretty much. What is this live for again? I didn't read the title. Good that you asked. I was gonna talk about, because it's the 1 year anniversary of when Soho cut me in line at the airport. So I just wanted to do like a 1 year, like 1 year since my old bias disrespected me at the airport. Like y'all are weird. Yeah. Let's just ignore them. Let's just not respond to them. Right? Because then they'll just be talking to a wall. And that's even more embarrassing than replying to them, I think. How'd that even happen? Like I said, I think I've told this story a few times. So I feel like everyone here just kind of knows the story. But I'm also going to explain it again because one, I don't care. We'll just listen to it another time for the seventh time. And also because it's the 1 year anniversary, so I think that would make it even more special. Uh if Hyunjin did that to me, I'm passing out and some random person can catch me. That's exactly how I felt, okay? All right, let me go through this story. Um and I feel like now I can explain some details and stuff because I feel like last time we were always kind of just skimming over the story. If I'm near that man, I ain't listening. Bro, imagine how I felt in that situation. Imagine. Just imagine. Stray Kids is coming to Texas, and I'm so happy I could see them like you did. Yes. I was trying to think. I was like, where are they going? I forgot. I would love to go see Stray Kids, but like I said, concerts are expensive these days. So for me to like want to go to a concert, it'd have to be kind of close. Um, I'm going to the New York concert on June 18th with my bestie. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh god. Oh, luckily I have water right here. Jesus. That's such a big water bottle. The cheapest tickets are $85 for like nosebleeds. Why am I gonna die? Oh, jeez. Lord does not want me talking about this story. Not the concert though. I hope they'll be like, oh wow, Texas, let's explore, because I don't think they've ever been here. Stray Kids in Texas? No, well, they went on tour before, right? I'm pretty sure they went somewhere in Texas. I'm pretty sure. Tickets can be up to like 120. That's not bad. After just looking at ATEEZ's ticket prices, like 120 for a closed seat, I think that's good. I think that's good. Why? 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 And when the explorers see them at a store, crazy things happen every day. Okay. Let me tell you my story. Okay. A year ago today, I was going from Phoenix to LA to see ONEUS for the last time. Well, the last time on the La Dolce Vita tour, right? Because I went to Phoenix, but I also wanted to go to LA because it was the last stop. So like anyways, so I was going from Phoenix to LA and we were flying, obviously. Oh, it scared me. That scared me. Um anyways, back to my story. So we flew to LA from Phoenix. Now, I had bought my flights, like that flight specifically, um, while I was coming back from New York from seeing ONEUS. So I was flying from New York back to Denver, which is like where I fly out of. And we were sitting in the airport in New York because like our flight was like at 6 p.m. and like we couldn't check in until like a certain time and it was just still way too early. Um, And so we're sitting on like the floor of the airport in New York. And I was like, I know I have funds now to like buy like one of my flights or some like I think I bought the flight from Denver to Phoenix and then from Phoenix to LA at that airport. So we're sitting on the ground and we're like browsing because me and my pal are like, we're looking for flights and we're gonna buy them separately, you know, like ourselves, but like we wanted to be on the same flights. Duh, so like we're not lost and confused or anything. And so like we're kind of like looking at different flights and the times and the airlines because that's important to me, okay? So we're like doing all this research, and I noticed from Phoenix to LA there was really no cheap flights. They were all pretty expensive. And I really hated it because I was like, why the heck? Like all of them are expensive. So I was like, well, if I have to spend this much money for like a one-way flight anyways, I might as well just pick one of like the better airlines. And out of all the airlines and like all the times that were available, I kind of assumed that this one specific time, I think this airline was the only flight that had that time to fly out. And like I like afternoon flights because one, I don't have to get up early. Two, checkout is at 11 in most hotels. And so I usually like to pick afternoon flights that are anywhere between like 1 and like 3 p.m. or 4, just depending. And so this flight was at like 2:30 or something. It was like 2 p.m. or 2:30, and I was like, that's perfect because also um you usually can't check into hotels until 3 either. And so like the later that you fly out, the later that you land. And so then by the time you get to your hotel, it's already time for you to check in. But I don't like arriving really late either because I also like to go out to like eat or like look around and stuff. Anyways. Anyways, so kind of keeping all of this in mind, I was like looking at this. I picked this one flight. It's at 2:30. I think. I'm just gonna say it was at 2:30. And I was like, that's perfect because then we can sleep in, but then also we'll get to LA and it'll be time for us to check in. Like everything will be great. Let's pick this one. All right. It was 2:30 on like it was a pretty okay airline, I guess. That was my thought process booking this flight, okay? It was already pretty full at this point cuz like you can pick your seats, and like there were really only seats left at the back of the plane, but like that's not an issue to me either because I like to sit at the back of the plane anyways. So I was like, I don't really care. I don't mind. And so, but the rest of it was like pretty full. There were a couple window seats left, some aisle seats left, whatever. So I picked my seat. Um, Everything seemed fine. Like I said, I was booking this back in March or something. So I was like, whatever. Anyway, time comes to when we're flying from Phoenix to LA. And I knew that one of us was flying to LA that day, but like, how was I supposed to know what time they were flying out or what airline they were flying out of? I think the terminal that we were in was like the terminal that was specific to our airline. I'm pretty sure because I flew out of Phoenix one time before that time. And I was in a whole different like terminal. Like I thought that terminal was really nice, but this one that we were in was like really like cramped. It seemed really small. I was like, this is not what I was expecting from Phoenix Airport. I've never been on a plane, not gonna lie. Um, it is scary the first couple times, but like you get really used to it, I think. I go on a plane every summer and go to India. Oh, lucky you. um, anyways, right? So like again, I knew that they were flying to LA, but like I kind of just naturally assumed that they were gonna be on some different flight. Maybe like because we got to the airport. Well, where we were staying was only like 15 minutes from the airport. So like we checked out at 11, got to the airport by like 11:30. So we had like 3 hours before our flight. And you know, I just was like maybe they could have already like flew out. Maybe they flew out this morning. Maybe they're going to fly out at 12 and maybe they're on a different airline, like they're somewhere else. Like they could be anywhere in this airport. All right? I wasn't really expecting to see them in our terminal, let alone our flight. All right? I don't know why, but I expected them to have like a private flight. Okay, one us isn't that rich, low key. I will get to the other part that I thought was really goofy, but like I thought K-pop idols flew in private jets. Most of like I think more of like the popular K-pop groups will do that because like ATEEZ flies in a private jet now. But like one us really isn't like they're like popular, but they're not super popular, I guess. So they're it's not an issue. I feel like they should to avoid crazy fans. See, that's what I was thinking. Because, like, when I saw... Okay, let me loop back. So we're sitting there chilling, right? I'm gonna skip all the details of like how I felt when I saw them walking. I suddenly see them walking in the same terminal. They're like walking down the little like pathway, and like I'm sitting in the chairs because like our terminal actually, or our terminal, our gate was like right beside it was like the first gate that you'll come across after passing TSA. So like I'm sitting there because we found some chairs, and I see them come around the corner, and I was like, what the heck? I was like, what the heck? I can't believe one us. We're in the same terminal, but also like there was a lot of flights going out of this terminal, and I don't remember if I saw that there was another flight going out of that specific terminal to LA. But I just, my first thought was maybe they're like taking another flight that's over there. You know, like maybe they're gonna be on a different plane, but we're just in the same terminal. Like I was already really shocked that we were in the same terminal. I was like, I can't believe I'm seeing one us at the airport. This is crazy. I was like, oh my God, like this is so awesome, right? He was on your flight. It's not fair. Okay, let me. I'm skipping all these details. Some K-pop idols, especially smaller groups, sometimes stay in the most sketchy hotels. I know. I know. I remember Omega X staying in a hotel and they saw a mouse and no. Ugh. Um. Okay. So one us is in our terminal. I was already like, I can't believe what a good day for me. Like this is crazy. I'm living my best life, I think. Anyways, so they kind of like walk like a, because like I said, our gate was like first, but they kept walking. So I was like, okay, maybe they are flying, like they're on a different flight and they're just here early. And so I was like, okay, thank God. You know, I was like, at least I saw them at the airport. Like that's all that really matters. That's, you know, I call that a win for me. Um, and so we kind of just helped the title. I'm telling the story right now. Um And so, like, I kind of go about my business. Like, I'm still, like, kind of, like, spooked. Like, can't believe I saw one us at the airport. So we hang out for, like, another hour. And it comes around to, like, boarding time, okay? It gets around to boarding time, and I'm still sitting here, and I think I just assumed that they're, like, down the way or something. Like, I just assumed that they were on a different flight, or, like, I wasn't gonna see them after that point. So we, like, go to, like, some little convenience store in the terminal to get like our last minute snacks, kind of look around at some of the shops, like use the bathroom before we have to board. And so we're in this one shop and we're looking around at like the stuff that they have in there. And I remember like looking, well, I think my friend looked outside because I was like looking at something, and my friend kind of like looked out towards like, you know, the hall out there, and she was like, "Oh my God, they're walking by," except they're walking back towards the gate we just came from. And I was like, where are they going? I was like, excuse me, where are they going? And so we finish our shopping or whatever. We go back to our gate because we're about to start boarding. You know, they're going to start the whole boarding process. And that's when I notice all of One Us and their staff are grouped around our same gate. I was like, excuse me, I thought this was over. I thought I was in the clear. But no. All right, they're at my gate, all right? So I'm standing like I have to act cool, all right? Um realize we're on the same plane, all right? We all kind of start, I'm skipping through cuz I'm really only here to talk about the time that my bias cut me in line. Um so we start boarding uh the plane. And this is kind of, so like I'm going to loop back around to um how I didn't know that they were this like common folk or whatever. So my boarding group, I was like in like the second to last boarding group, but that's because me and my pal, like we buy like pretty much the cheapest flights that we can get ish. And so we bought like economy. So duh, and also we're sitting at the back of the plane. And so like we are in the like second to last boarding group, and I kind of, in my mind, I thought they were going to be in like one of the like first boarding groups. Not that I thought they were going to be first class. I thought maybe they would have flew business or something. Or even then like they were going to sit in the middle of the plane. So So I thought they were going to be in like the boarding groups ahead of me. And I was like, thank God I don't have to worry about this either. Except I noticed as they start calling all the boarding groups, they're not moving. And I'm like, when's your boarding group? Hello? Like, are you going to get on this plane or no? Anyway, they call my boarding group and look, can you obviously, right? As expected, they start moving too. They call my boarding group. It's their boarding group too. And I was like, I was like, why? And then my second thought was like, why are you in this boarding group? Because this is for us poor people. This boarding group is us poor people. All right. Was one us first class? No. No, brother, they were in economy, okay? Like they were back with us. Us low class, poor folk. Us poor folk. I started hearing no, okay. All right, so we're moving on. So I'm like, they're in my boarding group. This sucks. I was like, all right, well, maybe because there's a lot of us that start moving like to in this boarding group. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe they'll like all kind of get on like in the line first, and like maybe I'll be behind them and I'll have to worry. I thought that this was gonna be like, worry-free situation. Um, for some reason though, like this specific like flight and the way that we were getting on the plane is everyone like there was the one line that was, obviously getting on the plane, but kind of back like where we were all standing. It was this big group, but we kind of like formed two different lines. So me and my pal were in this line over here, and one us and friends were on this line over here. And I was like, well, we're on opposite ends. I don't think we'll get on the plane at the same time. Like, everything's fine. Did you talk to them and tell them you're a fan? No. Do they have a lot of people chasing them? No. They should get free tickets for the plane. You'd think, right? See, okay, this is kind of what I mean by like I don't think One Us is that popular because I low key expected like once I realized we were on the same flight, whatever, I was like, there's gotta be Sasaengs on this flight if they have any, or like if they're on like going around on this tour with them, right? Because like Sasaengs know everything, so I figured they would know that this was their flight. And so I immediately start looking around for like Sasaengs or like those borderline like fan site Sasaengs. I was looking around for something, like anybody. I didn't see anybody. I was like, do they not know you're on this flight or what? Like that's insane. Or like do they just not care? Like what's going on? I don't know what's going on. Um but I didn't see any like of their fans. Like I'm pretty sure no. There were a couple of other fans, which I'll get to. I'm gonna get to, but um, there wasn't any like obvious fans following them around or anything. So like I don't know. Um. Anyways, so I'm like we're in two different lines and we're like all kind of merging at some point, and I was like, okay, well maybe they'll like end up getting in the line first, or maybe we will get in the line first and they'll be way in the back. Like nothing. I didn't really expect too much of this line situation. So we like start moving, but both of our lines start moving at the same time. We're like kind of all like, so we're almost like zipper merging kind of. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. And so we start like, we're getting close to the merging point, except I now see the fact that I am almost at the same point as One Us. I shouldn't even say One Us because they weren't all together. They were all kind of separated within our boarding group. So like they call our boarding group and immediately Xion and Huanung like jump into the line with like another staff. I thought that was so funny. They're like first in line. Um and then a couple like random people go. And then Kun Hee and like one of the other staffs get into the line, after them. So they're now in the middle of the boarding group. Um but I was kind of just because there were still a lot of people trying to get in the line at that point. So I was like, I'm just gonna wait. And so they're like in the middle of the line, and so all that's left is Soho and Lido with like three of the other like tour staffs that they had. And so they're like back here. And so like when we start merging, that's sort of when I kind of seen my peripheral because I didn't want to turn and look. I, like knowing me, I was trying to act cool. But I know like it's also One Us. It's like my favorite group in the entire world. Even like me thinking I'm acting cool, I think you could probably tell I'm a big fan. So I didn't want to look at them just in case, but I could see in my peripheral that they're right there. And I realized that we're like gonna merge into this one line at the same time. And I was like, oh no. Oh no. And so there was two ladies in front of me. It looked like a girl who was about my age with her mom. That's what it looked like to me, because that's kind of the age difference that they had. They were right in front of us, and so like they were off on like this side with us, and they were in front of us the entire time. And so I kind of was like, I'm gonna stick right behind them. I was like, these guys are gonna be my line buddies, whether they know it or not. So we're merging, and because I can see that. Okay, I'll even like narrow it further down. Sorry, further down. I see Soho is over here. I see Soho's right there. Okay, and I was like, we're merging, and because he keeps like kind of getting closer to me this way, but I'm trying to stay behind these like two ladies in front of me, and so he's like he's coming like this way, and I'm moving this way, all right, and I just thought like by the trajectory of our line that he was gonna just end up getting behind me. Like I thought I was further ahead in the line in our little merge points than he was. So I was like, okay, I was like, at least I'll be right behind these two women. Everything's fine. Except I see him and he starts getting closer to me. Okay, he starts getting closer. He's not getting behind me. I don't see him moving behind me. I see him kind of coming up right next to me. And I was sitting there like this, like, but I was too scared to move. I was a little too scared to move. But at the same time, at that point, once I realized he was coming closer to me, I just thought that he was trying to cut in front of me. I thought he was trying to get in front of me in the line in between me and these two women. And I was like, first of all, I'd already dubbed these ladies as my line buddies. So, like, you're not going to separate us. That's crazy. Second of all, why are you trying to get in front of me? You're trying to, like, sandwich yourself in between two random sets of people. Like, that made no sense to me. And so I think in my mind, I was like, I cannot let you cut me in line. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Soho from One Us. You're not going to cut me in the line. And so I start inching forward towards these women. I get almost uncomfortably close because he's still inching towards me this way. He's not getting behind me. And I was like, what are we doing? And so I kept inching forward. And I think he finally realized that he was not going to get in front of me at all. And so he ended up just kind of standing right behind me. So can you imagine? Can you imagine your alt bias is just standing directly behind you? Imagine that, brother. Oh my God. I don't know if you remember me or not, but you're looking so beautiful as always. Thanks. Thank you so much. I was just telling the story of my alt bias. Okay, my favorite member of my favorite group. How he tried to cut me in line at the airport, and I said no. I said no. And so I was basically fighting him. Kind of. Kind of, sort of. It was just, I could tell we were playing like this really strange game of like, he kept inching this way towards me and I kept inching forward because I felt like he would, like, the closer, it almost seemed like he thought if he kept getting closer that I was gonna back off, right? I was gonna kind of like scoot this way or I was gonna scoot back and he was gonna get in front of me. And I was like, no, no, Soho, no. Because at the same time, too, like I said, behind him was Lido and then one of the other staffs. So if Soho got in front of me, I would now be in between Soho and Lido. And I didn't want that at all. Okay, I could not have that happen. I couldn't have that. That would be like the worst situation I could ever be put in. Okay. So I like made sure that I was in front of Soho. Like I was just kind of, basically we were like I said, we were like fighting back and forth to see who would get in front. And I won. So I asserted my dominance that day. But it's been 1 year since this happened. And it's also, I think it's something I think about too, because like we had merged, right? Like this thing happened. So like he's trying to cut me in line. I said no. So he gets behind me. So my pal comes up because she was behind me and she said that he was trying to cut in between her. Like now it was me and then Soho and then her. And I was like, that's my BFF. I was like, what are you doing, Soho? What are you doing? And so she kind of came up right next to me. So we're standing there. But also it took so long to board this plane. We were moving like at like an inch every minute. I can't tell you why it was taking so long to get on this plane. And so not even the fact that he was trying to cut me in line, it was now the fact that he was standing directly behind me for the next 20 minutes. Hello? 20 minutes? 20 minutes of him looking at the back of my head. It gives me nightmares. It gives me nightmares. Sometimes I wake up with cold sweats. Thinking about the fact that he was standing directly behind me for that long. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would let them skip me so when they do, I can tap their shoulder. I'm tall enough and tell them they cut me and I talk to them. Okay, see, that was the other thing though, is like I'm also not confrontational. And at the same time, I would not be confrontational with Soho. Like, that's my alt bias. I think, like, thinking about this too, if it was any other member that was like trying to do this to me, I think I would have let them cut in front of me. Like, if it was Kun Hee and he's like starting to try to like fight me for, oh my god, hold on. Oh. If Kun Hee was trying to cut me in line, I think I would have just let him. For some reason, it was the fact that it was Soho. I was like, in my mind, it was because I was trying to treat them as normally as I possibly could at the airport. Because one, I didn't want them to know I was a fan. And two, I didn't want to make it weird and awkward. Like, if I did end up making it known that I was a fan, I didn't want to make it strange. Because I also didn't want them to think anything weird. Like, if they knew I was a fan and then they're like, "What? How is she on the same flight?" I'll be like, bro, it's coincidental. How was I supposed to know? I just picked a flight that worked for me and it happened to work for you too. Like, I don't know. So I didn't want them to think anything weird. And so I was trying to treat them super normally, except this is what I would do for somebody that I didn't know. If it was some rando that was trying to cut me, that's an absolute no. That's a really big no for me. And so I'm trying to treat Soho like he's just some random dude getting on this plane. And like, if you're some rando doing this to me, this is what I would do. And so that's kind of why I think I started like fighting him to like the line for like the spot in line. I was like, absolutely not, Soho from One Us. I don't care if you're the love of my life. No. From just no. I'm saying. But also, like I said, I think it's just because it was Soho. Like, I was just trying to treat him super normally because, like, in my mind, he's like my favorite. He's my bias, right? He's my bias and my favorite group. So he's like extra special in my mind. And so it like doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to me. Anyways, that happened 1 year ago today. Oh, we were on the same flight, right? Obviously, like I just mentioned, but we also were sitting in the same area on the plane. I was like, brother, now this is just looking strange. Like, I promise you, like, this is how I fly naturally, anyways. Like, this, like, I pick these kinds of flights at these kinds of times, and I sit at this area of the plane all the time. Like, I swear to God. Because we all got on the plane, I start, like, because, again, I'm in front of Soho and Lido, and so I start, like, booking it to my seat. Once I get, like, an open, you know, the open, like, aisle, I start, like, not running, but I'm walking really fast to my seat. I'm like, I just want to sit down. I just want to get away from freaking Soho, the line cutter over here. So I'm like running to my seat and I get to like where my aisle is and I like look up and I see Hwanwoong and Xian like 3 rows behind me. And I was like, no. I was like, oh no. And so like I get into my aisle. I have the window seat, so I'm like, there's 2 girls in the aisle already, and so I had to like be like my seat's over there. So they got out, I got into my seat, I sat against the window, and I see Soho like walk by. I In the moment, I thought he sat in the row right behind me, and I was like, there's no way. I was like, there is no way he's sitting right behind me after he just stood behind me for 20 minutes. The wheels were spinning in my head. I was like, oh nah. But I think he ended up sitting 2 rows behind me. Because I think behind me was like their dancers. Maybe, but like I don't know because I didn't look back. I don't look back on planes and I never will. Um so like he could have been sitting behind me, but I do think he was sitting 2 rows behind me. But it was on the same side. Like on the same side of the plane. Um Anyway, so I see Soho walk by and I was like, oh God. And then I see Lido, right? And I was like, okay, they're gonna all at least be behind me. I don't have to worry about looking at them or anything. Except I see Lido and then he stops like right beside our aisle, right beside the 2 girls that I was sitting in the aisle with. And he gets into the seat across from me. And like and I was like, why is this happening to me? I'm just trying to have a good flight. I'm just trying to have a normal flight. I'm just trying to get to LA like everyone else on this plane. Why am I dealing with this right now? And also too, me and my friend were split up because like again, we bought our flights separately. And because there was like the plane was already pretty full, or the flight was full when we were buying our tickets. And so like we kind of had to like pick seats that were in a different area, like away from each other anyways. But like that doesn't really matter that much to us because like we are um it's just transportation. Like I don't know, like, it's like whatever. Like we're gonna meet each other after we get off this plane anyways. It's fine. Um you're basically sniffing the girl. What? Hair? To make sure Soho doesn't get. Yes, no, I was quite literally like really close to them. I felt uncomfortably close. I was like, I'm sorry though. I'm like in a war with like my old bias over here. Like I have to win, I fear. As you should. Um, huh? Make them think you're judging? No. No, 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 no. I was okay, I was trying to remain like inconspicuous, all right? I didn't want them to know I was a fan. So I was trying to act super normal, like really, really normal. Except I don't know if I was acting normal, if that was making it worse. Anyway, so I see Lido sits down in like the aisle, like the row across our aisle, but it's pretty much the same row. And I was like, oh my God. And I saw he sat in the middle seat. And I was like, I can't believe. I was like, you're Lido from One Us, and here you are sitting in a middle seat. Goofy. But yeah, it was a pretty good flight. Like I took a nap on the plane. Like that's just kind of what I do on planes anyways, because like what else is there to do? So I took a nap. I slept pretty much the entire time, so I didn't have to worry about anything going on. Thank God. Um, I will say I do think that the girls that I was sitting next to were fans of them. Except they seemed a little suspicious because at first I thought they seemed super normal that entire flight. Like I thought they were just some normal girls. They were speaking like Mandarin to each other, I think, or Cantonese or something. Um and so like they were kind of just like hanging out amongst themselves pretty quietly, whatever. So I thought they were just 2 random girls until we got off of the plane. So like we landed, we're getting off of the plane, whatever. And these 2 girls, like they got off first, like immediately. Like they got up and just walked off. And I was like, it's not even our row yet. Like, why are you getting off so fast? But it came time for our rows to get off. And so I got off of the plane and I start going through like the little walkway up into like the terminal. And they were waiting in the middle of this walkway. Like they kind of like went up a ways, but then they stood up here and they were waiting and they were faced towards where everyone was coming off. And immediately I think I knew at that point that they were probably fans and that they were there for One Us. But then, because they stood there and started waiting for them to get off the plane, it started to make everything a little suspicious because they were sitting right next to me. And again, Lido's in the aisle across from me. The rest of One Us is behind me. And they're on the same flight. And it's like, how? How would you know that? So it was a little suspicious for them. Like, I was like, that's a little strange. But I hope they didn't think that about me. Like, I just happened to pick this flight. Like, hello? You don't have to worry unless you snored the whole time. Yeah, can you imagine? Can you imagine I'm sitting in the middle of One Us and just snoring when I sleep? Oh my god. No, no, I wasn't. I swear. I swear I wasn't. Um, yeah, anyway, the last part of the story is I had to like deal with seeing them at baggage claim too. Like here I was at this point, I just kind of wanted to get away. I wanted to just be away from One Us. I was like, I feel like I've I've overstayed my welcome or something. Like, to be fair, I was at the airport first, but like, you know, I just wanted to like get away from them. Except that, like we're on the same flight. It's like we're gonna be at the same baggage claim to get our bags. And I was like, God, I was so tired and exhausted at this point that I waited in like the furthest corner. And as soon as our bags came out, we grabbed our bags and we ran out. Like I I was like, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here. Like I'm tired of this. I'm so tired of this. And then yeah, everything was normal after that. But can you believe that happened a year ago? Like a year ago today is when all of that happened. Like what a thing to go through. What a thing. I do have another story that happened 2 years ago this month. But I might share that when the day comes around. I've talked about it before too, but run. Yeah, no, that's exactly how I felt. I was like, we need to get out of this airport. Like I need to just be somewhere else. Like away from away from One Us. It was just so goofy. Anyways, that was my story time. Happy 1 year. Happy 1 year anniversary to my alt bias cutting me in line. So, hello, I missed you. Hi. I know you haven't been here in so long. I've been streaming every day for the past week. What happened? I'm just kidding. I haven't, but the outfit is slay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Honestly, this is an outfit that I found. I created on accident. But ever since I like created it, it's like now I can't like let it go. Cuz this was my outfit for the last day that I was in Korea, and that was kind of just like I was just trying to just have a casual outfit cuz like I had to take a 10-hour flight later that day. So I wanted like a really casual, comfortable outfit, so I wore this with these earrings and my hair looked like this, except it was kind of slay. And so now I wear it pretty regularly. I would have made my sister go up to them if it was Stray Kids so we can encounter each other. See, okay. I wish I could explain like a few other details about why I didn't want to do that, but like I feel like that's a story for another day, another time. But basically, I didn't want them to know that I knew them, okay? I didn't want them to know. I didn't want them to think I was a fan. And like my pal was like kind of very much on that same boat of like, we need to just act like we're normal. Like we're just some random people on this plane because we were. Hello? Not that I'm about to go see One Us the next day, but like I've been resting since I took a week of PTO for my birthday. Wait, that's so slay. A week of PTO is so slay. Because I taught my sister the God's Menu choreo. Yeah, see. Well, no. Even if it was anyone else with me, I did not want One Us to know that I knew them. I didn't want them to know. I was like, I want to remain like a normal, even though like they are my favorite like group in the entire world. I think that's also why I didn't want them to know, because I felt like I was gonna act like a fool. I was gonna be goofy in front of them, and I didn't want to do that. Also saw you kill it during your sister's karaoke stream. Thank you. I taught my siblings how to do Maniac. Wait, that's slay. Teaching them choreo is so fun, but hard. See, I try to teach my sister choreography, but she like gets kind of tired of it right away. So I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. I'll just do it myself. I love karaoke. It runs in my fam. Really? I like karaoke too, Um, but I also really like singing. And so every time I go to karaoke, because like karaoke is like, if you go out to karaoke, it's like one of those things where like you're kind of just expected to sing it bad. Like who's belting notes in karaoke? Except I really like to sing, and so I don't really like just like plainly singing in karaoke. I feel like I have to, because like I like having a mic and singing into it, and so then I usually try my best. We all love singing. Me too. I'd be so happy though. Period. Period. Um, but yeah, I told my crazy story. Can you believe that happened a year ago? Okay, I'll be honest. I'll be honest. Even though it was a really scary experience, it is something I think I would like to go through again. Like, well, I specifically like that day. I would love to relive that day again if I could. I don't think I would do anything differently though. Like, I would just relive it to relive it. Because even though it was really scary, it was really like, oh my God, I'm so nervous and scared. It was also really like fun. A whole year. Man, man. Hi, hello. Not throwing shade at all. Your sister sings monotone during karaoke, which is also why I don't like Drake's music. To be fair, I think she sings like that though. Like she doesn't actually sing like that. So even I was a little confused. Like, we're doing karaoke. I thought she was gonna like for real do karaoke. You know, like genuinely like the way that she does karaoke. Or karaoke. The way that she genuinely sings, but like I think it's because she was on stream that she just kind of did it the way that she did. But I can guarantee you she doesn't sing like that. Um, People act like they don't sing their heart out during car rides. Honestly, that's how I got good. I got good. That's how I got better over time, is because I was belting it out in my car. But it's good practice. Honestly, so, okay. Recently, some songs that I've been singing, because I drive to work, right? I get 30 minutes every day. Well, it's like an hour round trip. So I have like an hour in the car every day. So I'm like practicing songs. Also, too, though, because I want to do more covers. I really want to do some more covers because I enjoy them. And so there's like a few songs that I've been singing like religiously in my car on my way to work and back. And one of them is Hot by LE SSERAFIM. I think I could do that really well. Actually, so I might do a cover of it. Did you hear about the YG leaker? I did. I did. What y'all think about Air by Yeji? I think it's good. I think it's good. It's not something that I've added to my playlist yet, but every time I hear it, I'm like, this is a good song. OMG, yes. I'm saying I think I could do it really well. Another song I really want to do a cover of is it just came out. Actually, I can do my promo. Okay. It's Kunhee's solo song. It's called I Just Want Love. It's so good. It's so good. But I like that song too. I think I want to do a cover of that song as well. And there's one more. Because I did one of Hatchling. If you haven't watched it, be sure to go watch it. I did a cover of Hatchling. I think there's one. I swear to God, there's one more that I thought would go hard. But these days, it's Hot by LE SSERAFIM. It's just stuck in my brain. I really want to do a cover. I might be tripping, but I haven't seen you with glasses before. They look great on you. Really? I wear them here and there. Just here and there. Very cute. Thank you. Thank you. Anyways. I said I was gonna be live for an hour. How about I be live for, how about we do 10 minutes? I was gonna say 5, but that's really close. I'll do 10 more minutes of stream and then we'll end. Because I told my story, my 1-year anniversary story. That sounds wrong. 1 year since the craziest thing that's ever happened to me happened. Okay, I already told that story. No, I know. I would love to go longer, but I still have to wake up a little early tomorrow. I'm debating on what to do for my birthday. I think I'm just gonna deep clean my room and car. For your birthday, you should at least like buy yourself a celebratory meal. What did I do for my birthday? I got a free coffee on my birthday from my favorite coffee place. And so even though I had caffeine in the morning, it's like I have free coffee, and when else am I gonna get free coffee all year? It's my birthday, you know what I mean? So I had coffee at 5 p.m. and I considered that. Well, also I did my live stream, but like kind of outside of that. Oh my god, this keeps shutting off. Ah. I'm planning on getting coffee, as you should. Celebratory gift. I'm officially 26. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. I mean, I'm 33. I don't know what you're talking about. Should I practice my cover? I actually don't even know the lyrics. Let's go look it up. La Seraphim. Oh, yeah. Yep. Here, I can read it. We talked about this plenty of times. We know our age. I'm 33, though. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I did not know that was the lyrics. 나로 살 수 있다면 제가 된대도. That wasn't high enough. I know how to do it high, just it's scary. 영원히 기억해준다면 I'm burning hot. 내가 너를 살 수 있다면 제가 된대. Hold on, I'm trying to think about how to go that high. 된대도 난 좋아. So tonight I'm 내 품 안에 어리는 거야. Nope, I gave up. Anyways, expect that I will be doing a cover of that song, and it will be good, I swear. When? Not sure. I actually just really like Yoonjin's high note at the end. How does it go? How does it go? Loved your cartwheel today. It's so funny because I absolutely thought that I could not do a cartwheel. I have not tried to do a cartwheel or thought about doing a cartwheel or anything since I was genuinely like 12. Like a kid, right? Like I did a cartwheel. I used to be able to do them really well. But then one day I just didn't do a cartwheel and then never did one ever again. So I was like, there's no way I can do a cartwheel at my grown age. I also thought my arms were too weak, and then I would look like I was flailing. And so I tried. I was like, because I was off screen the first time, right? And she like asked, she was like, can you do a cartwheel? I was like, I don't think so. I was like, let me try it though. So off screen, I like I do a cartwheel. It feels like it didn't do anything. Like I didn't do much. But then I like get up and I look at my sister and she's looking at me like, and then she turns and she's like, how come she can do a cartwheel? And I was like, did that look like a cartwheel? Because it didn't feel like one. It quite literally did not feel like I did a cartwheel. Anyways, apparently I can do one. So maybe I perfect it and then I get good at cartwheels. Long time no see. I know. Where are you? Like, where do you go? I feel like I hardly ever see you. I can't do a cartwheel at all. Okay, but see, that's what I said. And then I went and just did a cartwheel. So, like, maybe you can, and you just don't know. To be fair, hers is rough. That's right. She'll get it, though. Doing a cartwhel, that's what the whole series is. Doing a cartwheel every day until you can do a cartwheel. Been going through it, bro. No, what's going on? She's dedicated. I support it. Same. Same. I think it's maybe I have a little bit more muscle from like doing other things. Oh my god, my hair just keeps moving. Because when I was doing my cartwheel, it was more so I was feeling it more in my legs than I was my arms, which is goofy. I don't know how that can happen, but so what I'm hearing is you're athletic. Okay, you know what? Hear me out. Hear me out. I said it was K-pop choreo, which is a lot of arms. Yeah, but see, my arms are like the weakest part of my body. That's why I thought I could not do a cartwheel. No, so okay. So my entire life, I definitely, because I didn't play sports in school. Well, kind of, but like I didn't take them seriously. And like for me, in my young brain, I thought that in order to be considered athletic, you had to have played sports because that's obviously athlete, sports, athletic, right? And so like I didn't really play sports growing up. So I never considered myself like an well, obviously not an athlete, but like athletic because I didn't play sports, right? However, one thing I did do growing up, like my entire life, is that I dance. Hello? Quite literally my entire life, I've been dancing. And the style, like the type of dance that I do is really, really cardio heavy. Oh my God. When I tell you, when you start looking at like the style that I dance, and you start thinking about like trying to relate it to like other ways of like working out or dancing or anything, it's really intense. Think about like intense cardio. That's literally what I do. And I've been doing that for like, again, my entire life. And I've only recently been thinking about it like this because thinking about like how much goes into dancing. Borderline, if it wasn't like considered more so like an art form or anything, I definitely think people who could like, you know, dancers, especially the style that I dance, we could very well be considered athletes. Cause like, do you know how much goes into this dance? Like, Jesus. Bro has lungs of steel. See, that's the other issue though. That's like a beige flag of mine. Is that I still have bad lungs. So like, yeah, I can endure a little bit of cardio, but like after a certain point I get tired. Lungs are burning, okay? Jesus. From powwows, I've seen your photos from them, but never any videos. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm a powwow dancer. You're all kinds of green flags. No, I'm a powwow dancer, and honestly, if you look up just any video of like powwow dancing, you might see what I mean when it's like cardio heavy. It's very cardio heavy. A lot of it too is muscle. You have to have a lot of leg muscle to endure sometimes like how much songs you have to dance and get through. The tempos of the songs are all different. The length of the songs are all different. Like, bro. Um so like in the past like year or two, I think I've definitely been seeing, well, not seeing dancing as like a sport, even though it kind of is. It's more so I've been accepting the fact that like it is an athletic thing to do. Like, I am fairly athletic because I dance. Like, um, and it's weird to say like that because, like I said, my whole life I thought that I was not athletic. I was like, I'm not athletic because I didn't play sports, except kind of like coming down to it, I am kind of athletic. Like, it's just so funny. My cat's scratching to get in, but I know the minute I let her in, she'll want to go out. Oh my god, that's exactly what my cat does. It's exactly what my cat does. You're an athlete? Yes. Like, pretty much. Like, pretty much an athlete. Except I don't, like, behave like one. So I think I need to start behaving like an athlete, and then maybe things will be better. Because lately I've been thinking about, like, athletes, what they do is they practice, okay? Something that I don't do. Well, I've been trying to do it recently, but, like, before, it's like I don't practice when I go out to dance. I kind of just go out there and dance based on vibes. I just kind of hope for the best that day, and I'm like, if it works out, it works out. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. But I'm like, if I practiced, maybe I'd be better. And another thing athletes do is, like, they train, you know, like on their off season, like they try to stay in shape for when they're back in their season. And one thing about powwows is that there is a season for powwows. Okay, like there's like the off season, which is the winter time, and then the summertime is like that's pretty much is like you can powwow every single weekend in the summertime. But I like doing that, so that might be me this summer. But like now I need to get in shape and, like, you know, practice, train, do all this stuff, stay in shape. So yeah, basically I am kind of athletic, so gotta go now. It's really good to see you again. Bless up. Thank you so much for joining in today. I might end stream here in a bit anyways. I did say I was gonna do 10 more minutes, and I hate to tell you, it's been 10 minutes. What the heck? Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna end the stream here because I said I was going to. I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow. If I do, it might be another short stream. I should stream tomorrow though. I should stream tomorrow because I am I can't stream this weekend. So maybe streaming tomorrow will make up for the fact that I can't stream this weekend. Okay. You should for my birthday? You gotta tell me happy birthday. Is it tomorrow? I might stream tomorrow. Okay, how about this? I'll try to stream tomorrow, but I won't promise you anything because sometimes it doesn't work out. I will try to stream tomorrow, but if I don't stream tomorrow, I most likely will be back on Monday. Even though I hate streaming on Mondays. I gotta do it because I'm not gonna be here this weekend, so. But yeah, so we'll aim for tomorrow. But if I don't see you tomorrow, I will see you all on Monday. Hey. Hi, I'm literally just ending stream. I'm so sorry. No. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have a good rest of your night, or you have a good rest of your day, or you're having a good day, or you had a good day. Whatever. And I will see you all in the next stream. Bye everyone. Have a good sleep, have good dreams, and all the good stuff.